I was gonna make fun of you going, oh, you started on the show. Ugh. I'm the worst at when it comes to starting the show. Like starting anything in general. For people that followed my podcasting career, I worked at One of Us. Like I volunteered for them to do a lot of their podcasts. And because I never shut the fuck up, Justin a bunch of times like, hey, can you? No, remember one time he was overworked. He had a lot on his plate, and he asked me like, hey, I didn't watch the movie. Can you take over the review? Can you lead the review and stuff like that? And I was nervous as hell because I'm like, yo, I'm not really good at this kind of stuff. But I'm like, I get to do whatever I want. And I did this full welcome to One of Us, and this is a review, and very like infomercial. Text me the next day. He goes, bro, they know where we are. Like, make a joke, be funny, try to be a little like. Sometimes Justin knows how to kind of start a podcast off. What's up? We can't hear Nick. Can you hear me? Okay. Oh shit, they can hear me, but they can't hear you. Wait, you came back. That's what he said. Keep talking. Yeah.
Hello, can you guys hear me? Okay, now my mic is moving. Maybe they can hear me now. Still can hear you, Nick.
Okay.
Yes, Gene
Gene
can
saying
hear
yes.
us. All right, so you want to start
Okay.
off again?
No, that was way funnier.
No,
We're
no,
never
that
gonna
that's
catch that
terrible.
same
No,
level of
fuck that.
comedy.
We're doing this again.
Hell no. But see, no, we're out.
I'm just
No,
joking.
there's this one time. There was this one time where and Justin uploaded it. We did a breakfast club, which is like basically similar to this, where it's like the random news stories of the fucking week. We went in and we would talk about it. The problem was Justin's audio just wasn't working, so it was just me.
Oh no.
But because I have to bounce off other people, be situation, be quiet. Man, that's stupid. Oh yeah, I know that. I like that. It was like
Oh,
the
that's
fucking
fucking
most
great.
random shit.
That's awesome. But Ryan's like, wow, the time down this ad break. Yeah, Moobot's like, they're moo moo. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Here's the thing though. I made a couple mistakes beforehand, and I'm very glad you guys didn't hear any of it. But I gotta tell you, man, going back to some of the rules I made from way back in the day when we were new doing the Midnight Chat Tech, I guess what I really need to do is just start like, I don't know, testing the shit beforehand. So I'm a fucking idiot. I'm so sorry. That's my fault, everybody. But once again, hello. It's the Sunday service. Another week, another Sunday, another weekend of complete nerdum and all that good shit in the chat. Gene, hello there, good sir. I said hi to a couple people, but I guess no one really heard it. But yeah, really glad to have you back, though, Mr. Alan Shakazine. It's been awesome, dude.
Yes, it has been about a week, I'd say, almost.
Yeah. Did you ever get over your fucking hangovers? I told so many people on that fucking on that Friday, September 10th, I believe it was. People were like, "Where's Alan? Where's Alan?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's laying in the couch, just fucking like in a fetal position,
Dead.
drinking so much." So yeah, man. I mean, how was that? Because you went to O'Neill's, and then you went to the Brooklyn Bridge, which always becomes a thing where like when you go to New York, you make your way to that area.
I mean, I guess the easiest way to sum it up is I barely remember because I know we were at the restaurant, and then I think I ate a cinnamon stick.
Yeah.
Because I was mad that cinnamon. I remember. Yeah, I remember. We finished up whatever we were having, and I looked at the fucking cinnamon stick, and I was like, "It's cinnamon, right? I love cinnamon. I should be able to eat it."
Yeah.
Fucking bit into it, and it was a stick. And Jess looked at me like, "The fuck are you on? What crack are you on?" I'm like, "It's cinnamon." They're like, "No. You're supposed to you get the cinnamon out of it. You're supposed to grind it up." I'm like, "That's some bullshit." So I kept trying to eat it, but I could never get enough.
I like I said, that's some bullshit to like something that's like
I didn't
like that's
know.
just how you do it, just so you guys know, this is the place that we ate at, and it was really, really cool going over there, hanging out with like Ryan and everything too. This is actually the spot we were sitting at too, I believe.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, we were definitely sitting in one of the corners because we had so many fucking people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and then me and my buddies from the city, it was like 12 o'clock or 1 or 2. I don't remember time. At this point, my phone died, so I had no fucking idea what was going on. Blitzed out of my goddamn mind. Walked across the city. I think we were with Ryan and his mom at some point. Yeah, it's starting to come back to me. We walked with Ryan and Walterson for a bit. Then they separated to go do. I think they were going home because it was fucking late. And then something happened. and ended up on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yep, good old Brooklyn Bridge. Which, by the way, I love the Brooklyn Bridge. This is actually beautiful. I remember you and I were in a car, and we were just kind of having our bro moment. You know, what I mean, Jet's in the middle while we're trying to verbally make out. Us just doing like, hey, bro, it's great. It's just nice to see you again, man. But then, like, I was complaining, just telling you about my Airbnb thing. I already kind of talked about that during this week,
Oh
so I'm not
yeah.
going to go through it again. But, we're driving in this lift, and halfway through my sentence, I was complaining, like, man, New York fucking stinks. I hate this fucking place. I can't wait to go fucking home, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, yo, Alan, check that out. And then, we both looked out the window, and we saw this. And it was
Yeah.
like, that, you can complain all you want about New York, man. And everyone will have very valid complaints, but it's fucking beautiful, man. Like, it can bring a tear to your fucking eye.
Oh, that city, yeah, that city fucking lit me up. Like I love every second. It's like every time I go to New York, it's like every fucking major superhero is inspired by this fucking city, and I can see why.
See,
Like
why'd you have to make it nerdy?
because it is what it is. Like you go there, like the inspirations are so much of the stuff that inspired me in my life. There's so much that's changed the world is came from this one city. It's like how many video games were set here, how many movies were set here, how many stories were told from these random fucking streets. Like again, how many fucking uh how many superheroes were inspired by this things that inspired my life. And I was just looking around going, yeah, this makes sense. You go through the city, you can't help but be inspired. But yeah, once we got to the Brooklyn Bridge, because there's a part where it's like the cars are underneath, but apparently you can also walk above it. There's like a walkway for bikes and people and shit like that. So we're like walking on top of the bridge basically while we're seeing all this crazy shit. And I think when we got off the bridge, that's when I came back to normal. And then my buddy's like, you want to go some more? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, this is 4 in the morning.
Well,
Is
probably
dead.
a
I
little
have
bit.
no plans.
You know what's funny is like that was a big thing. Ryan said how the place we ate I was called O'Neill's. I didn't even think about that as far as April O'Neil goes and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I didn't think about that either. But
Yeah, it's
yeah,
pretty great.
TMNT, yeah.
But it's just kind of like that was a big thing where you really kind of forget because I mean it's in the same time zone as you, right? So it's like it's not that big of a deal. But like for me, I thought I would be ending my night off really, really quick, but I mean, dude, I was there, like especially because we went to this other place, this other bar called the Sunday Bar. I'm gonna look this up really quick too, just so you guys see it. But this is where we hung out with Corey Coleman and everybody, and yeah, coming over here, dude. Like I gotta say, love this place quite a bit. It was pretty cool. But we left here at 4:30, and I didn't get home till like 5, maybe 5:15 in the morning. Sun still wasn't out. But keep in mind, guys, I go to sleep in Arizona around 9 o'clock. So New York time, like my typical go to sleep time is midnight, essentially for Eastern people. And gotta tell you, dude, like staying up so late, it's not because I had caffeine or any kind of extra energy. It's just the vibe of hanging out with you guys. So super duper cool to do this. And I wanted to bring this up when Christian was on, but I kind of forgot, and we were kind of like just talking about everything. But like, we went to this other place called Gyros in Brooklyn. I think I'm saying it right, or Guerreros, some shit like that.
Oh, that place was great.
Yeah, really nice hangout place, man. I think this spot's a little bit bigger than the one that we went to.
I took the biggest shit in their bathroom. I felt so bad.
It's a really small bathroom too.
We went to a fucking Barcelona barbecue, something like that. I can't fucking remember what it was. It was a great pizza
Or
spot.
Barbencino.
Barbencino, yeah. But the moment we fucking left, for some fucking reason, I just went straight to my ass. I was like, okay,
yeah.
I gotta get to that bathroom quick. I don't know what the fuck it was.
Yeah, but look at this, people. So you would think like, oh, well, this is a picture that some professional took. No, man, I can show you from Martin's fucking Instagram. Good old Martin Ofro. He had the best picture ever. It sold me so fucking fast. You know what I mean? And by the way, too, I like coming over here and looking at these because it's like, oh, I know where we were. We were sitting up there at first. In the top left.
And we had a bunch of people that were making their way over, so.
Yeah, so we, moved down over here. But, like, the whole time I was looking at this big-ass Barbencino oven over here, and I was like, man, are we, like, at a Star Wars-themed fucking pizza place?
Yeah, because you're looking from the side, it looks very futuristic, but it's like, yeah, it's a wood stove. They have wood logs all over the fucking place. They just throw in, and they cook it through there.
Yeah, Ryan said he went to Angelino's Pizza in Times Square. I want to look this up really quick because I'm fat and I just want to look at pizza. We didn't go to Times Square though. Were you kind of bummed about that? Did you want to go to Times Square when you were there?
I mean, sure, I wouldn't have said no if someone said, hey, let's go. But no, I was a bum. There's enough stuff that kind of happened where Saturday, like, we went to a bunch of different places and Oh yeah, which I actually even have funny stories for my last night in there. But once this story dies down, I'll tell you all the funny convenience store story that happened.
Oh shit,
That
yeah,
same
because
Saturday.
that was ridiculous too. Yeah, but this over here, this is where this is Angelino's Pizza. This is actually where Ryan and his
It's
mom
not
went
bad.
to. I gotta tell you, that looks like shit. You're being nicer than I am about it. No, that
No,
looks
no,
like
I mean it's
garbage.
pizza. Fuck it, you got to taste it. You got to try it out.
No, man, no. You sometimes you can tell your eyes. They'll tell you everything. You can just you can just taste it in your mouth. The curl in the chat saying I have tears in my eyes because of all the bad smells in New York City. Yeah, I gotta tell you though, as much as Brooklyn looks worse than Midtown, Midtown smells like shit more so.
Oh, and I laugh and laugh at somebody that has barely a sense of smell.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Oh,
I
and
literally just, I mean, yeah, obviously the pizza place. Well, it smells great, but like besides that, I'm like, I don't fucking notice. Though
okay.
that place is not designed for cars. Holy goddamn shit.
And not people either, but this is the place you'll eat now. I'm sorry. Thank you very much for correcting me there. And that does look very good. That actually does look very, very good. So sorry about that there, Ryan Walterson. Yeah, and by the way, too, I was gonna say like, oh man, Ryan, you missed out on like the good shit. But no, that looks pretty much on par with what we ate. So yeah,
Yeah. We
congratulations
went
to
to
you.
the gyro's place and had fucking the best nachos I've ever had in my life. I was eating that shit like crazy.
That was pretty nice, actually. I didn't mind that at all. The Crows, I like it when pizza looks authentic instead of manufactured. I kind of like the manufactured taste. Like, dude,
I I don't mind it either way. To me, it's pizza's pizza. It's like, yeah, to me, I don't like the whole store bought pizza. I do think that the
oh
pizza
yeah, yeah.
still needs to be made fresh no matter what. But like to me, it's like, look, to me, the look of the pizza doesn't really matter. It just matters how it tastes. Because that pizza, like quote unquote, looks fine, but tastes like shit.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on New York.
Yeah, yeah, I
That's
know.
him. I actually love the city.
Yeah, I was hating on the first couple of days. And I think he's talking about the Crow and everything too. But like we came for DT, so I'm sorry, that's where they went and that's why we went too. But there's some things wrong with New York, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
I
But
got
as
some
far
issues,
as
but like, no, I'm gonna say this: Brooklyn was not built for cars. It's barely built for people. Like I swear to God, like every single street, every single street's a one-way street, and they're all lined on both sides with cars. So cars have like no room to work. For some fucking reason, like restaurants have like an outdoor patio that's like on the fucking street. So when people are churning in, they're almost hitting the goddamn fucking thing. Road rules don't exist. Like
yeah.
red lights are a mere suggestion. I guess you could take them, but cars are going in and out. So let me paint you a situation. You're in an Uber and you're the Uber driver stops and you want to get stuff out of the back. What do you think cars would normally do in a normal city?
I guess stop or move or
They would turn right. I got hit almost 4 times. Just
yeah.
the guy would just go around the corner. I'm like, I'm fucking walking here.
Yeah, well, like, here's another thing too. And I see it doesn't make sense that we would actually be here because I remember going anywhere near Queens, but there is a
No, we were
particular
in-
passage that we went to that went to I forgot where. But our Lyft driver, and here's the biggest thing about Brooklyn and just New York in general, and this is a compliment, but it's gonna start off me being shitty. They drive so fucking fast to the point where I'm holding on to the fucking seat
No,
like
yeah.
I'm gonna die. But like I'm telling you, dude, can you imagine how incredible their life would be as a driver in any other state in the entire United States? Because the fact that they can drive here so fast and not get in a wreck and not have to go like, "Hey, motherfucker, move out the way," it's like they're so efficient at driving and navigating that traffic, and it's like
Oh.
the whole world must feel like, dude, a street in Arizona must feel like a fucking super duper street to these guys. You know what I mean? And I gotta tell you, it's impressive. Like there's talent in that, man. Like if
I
you're a
was
person
on
who
my
drives,
way back to the. I was on my way back to the air. Like when I'm going to the airport, dude was I don't know. This dude must have been related to Dominic Toretto or some shit because he is just weaving in that traffic. Like we're just swaying in the back seat as this motherfucker is like this motherfucker's going so fast. I'm like, dude, this car's gonna tip the fuck over.
yeah,
Because like he is not like you're supposed to slow down on turns. This motherfucker's speeding through. I'm like, we got a NASCAR driver for our fucking Uber driver.
and he's literally like they're calm. Like it's not even like, hey, I want to talk to you, but they're asking questions or whatever. I'm like, dude, there's like a certain way like that brain has been trained where it's like.
Yeah.
You could probably do really good at so many other jobs, and yet you're just driving because it's fucking
Yeah.
New York and there's nothing you can do but drive. For this particular person, but like any other state, they could just move somewhere else and be a fucking king. You know what I mean?
And it doesn't matter where you go, no matter what city you live, you eventually get used to the means of the city. Yes, they're trained to be there, but they had to as a form of survival. You put them in a city, eventually they won't need to do that. Like for instance, you move jobs, like you worked in a warehouse and then you're a cashier the whole time. Like those skills don't necessarily apply. You learn the new area. So if they went to somewhere like fucking who gives a shit place in the United States that had like no traffic, they'll get used to the no traffic, and it'd be hard for them to adjust back and forth.
Yeah.
Like again in my city, like I'm so used to public transportation that adjusting to public transportation in New York wasn't that difficult because I take buses all the goddamn time. But I've seen like tourists on the train because we went there last time. I'll never forget the fucking story. We went there last time. I sat down and we are on our way to wherever the fuck. People with suitcases coming in. They must have just came in from the fucking airport. Train's about to move. And I'm like, oh, fuck. This woman is not hanging on. She's going to fucking slide down and hurt herself.
Yeah.
So I put my phone in my pocket and I'm getting ready. She had coffee in her hand too. She was not holding on to any goddamn fucking thing. Train moves. She starts sliding. I jump up and catch her before she fucking collapses. And just like, hey, hang on, whatever. I'm like, yeah, there are people that are not going to be used to the different. When you go to different cities, it's a different world for them.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just impressive, and it makes me look at things because, like, honestly, dude, and I feel like I'm really just becoming a fucking old man now, and I know that's like a ha-ha joke, but like, I really am starting to feel like that's becoming more and more legitimate. And I'm looking at this place, and like, one of the first things I noticed when we drove, we were like, you know, in really small roads, like, you know, in apartment complexes and blah blah blah. Yeah. But it was right next to Barclays Center, and I was like, so like, dude, who the fuck decided to have the Barclays Center and the Atlantic Center so close to like living places? And it's so insane, and I think of this like, dude, that has to be such a hard job for city planner to get all this shit together, as well as the fact that's like, bravo to the people who own the arena who are down to do this, because any other place, any other city would have like their big like arena or whatever, be a place where, you know, hey, we don't want no fucking communities near us, we want no hotels right next door, we need parking space. But Barclays Center, like, hey, you find a way to come in, but like, we're not gonna, you know, placate to what your wants are. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, fuck you. Like, we're gonna put this arena wherever the fuck we want. And bravo to that, man. Like, they're able to handle traffic well. You know, like, you know, the mall's right next to Barclays Center, so like, there's a shit ton of people, and yet for some reason, like, it didn't need a ton of security. It didn't need a lot of traffic people telling people where to go. It's just, it's like an ocean. It's like the waves. You just follow the waves, and gotta tell you, man, like, it makes you look at humanity a little bit differently. Like, wow, like, you guys can actually, you know, think amongst each other and not be as stupid. Because honestly, dude, it could have been a lot worse as far as like walking in front of cars and shit. The fact that no one got ran over in front of us is fucking amazing.
It was like, better than Manhattan, which we were last time, where fucking cars left and right. People almost got hit left and right. This one's like, yeah, road rules don't exist, but like, you get, like, again, New York is the only city on this planet I will not break a road rule because fuck.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm Xavier. Like, he's 30 and I'm 31, but we're both about to be 1 year older soon. So, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm going to be 32 and he's going to be 31 at the end of this year. So, you know, I do feel old. As a matter of fact, I'm going to ask you this, man. Being around so many young people and everyone going to the VMAs and everything, did you feel extra old or out of place, or did you feel kind of like within it?
I've never really felt, honestly, I've never really felt old. Like, the whole thing of, oh, you know, yada, yada, yada ages you. It's like, there's been a couple times where I'm looking at that, I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of funny. But I've never ever felt old. In fact, I do feel like a child, and I think that's probably a detriment to my mental health. I feel like I am a child. I feel like I don't have experience. Because, like, bro, I go to fucking New York, and it's the craziest fucking thing I've ever been to. And it's like, people are like, yeah, it's not a big deal. People travel there all the time. Like, not for me. To me, it was like, again, it felt like a new experience because I was in a different part of the city.
Yeah, Bob Knight says Texas and Oklahoma. It's like Mad Max at times. He says NFL and soccer team. Oh yeah, with Boston. I know Boston's very much like and Chicago. Those are two places that I guess are very close. You know, as far as structure to fucking New York. So you know that makes sense. Yeah. But here's the thing, though, man. I'm gonna do you a favor, and instead of like shooting a shit or talking about farts or something, because dude, honestly, I really want to talk about farts. Can we just talk about farts?
Of course we do. No, we do it all the time.
Okay, well, then we'll talk about a different set of farts. And these particular farts are video game news farts. And this particular fart, and I gotta tell you really quick, too, this stinks like any other farting ass out there because I am sick to death of these fucking stories about shit getting delayed. Dude, this is egregious, and you better fucking agree with me how egregious this is. This is stupid. I knew this was gonna fucking happen, and I called it out for this shit months ago. Why are they giving out release dates? Why can't you fucking people, that they be making games for so fucking long, especially Techland, don't they know how long this shit takes, especially a year removed from the coronavirus? Go ahead.
Oh, no, this isn't stupid. In fact, not only did I call this, I told them to do it.
Well, they listened to you.
And they listened to me. And you know what? I remember. I don't think I ever went around the show because I think at that point when Gamescom happened, I don't think we had a chance to do a show. But they announced this in, I want to say, June. Mm-hmm, they said, hey, we're announcing this in 6 months. It's going to be December. And then what does Microsoft do? Oh, fuck you guys. We're releasing Halo the next day. 2 months later. So they knew. They fucking knew. They just
They
wanted to
did.
release it in this quarter because they delayed the shit for almost 2 fucking years, and they didn't want a situation where it affects the next quarter's fucking monthly revenue. So they put it on there. And I remember looking at that, going, almost tweeting Techline, delay this fucking game, either push it up or delay it to next fucking year, because you guys are going to get buried. And people were like, no, Halo's not going to bury anything. Halo's one of the biggest FPS franchises of all goddamn
Yeah.
fucking time.
Yeah, and it's
Like,
weird. It's weird that people like because it's not the newest thing. It's like funny how people kind of forget that. But like, yeah, over here too. Because this is what they
reason
say.
behind delay, they're gonna be like, oh, extra time to polish, which is, of course, the more time you have, the more time to polish, of course. But honestly, they're like, yo, we're not fucking stupid. We're getting this shit. We're gonna take the couple extra months, because not only are we gonna get good faith from the people, like, oh, more time, more polish, less likely to be, shat out.
That might
but
actually
also,
help for day one sales too. Like people are gonna be like, okay, since they're doing this, we know that when a game comes out, it's not gonna be all this patchwork and all this bullshit and waiting for installs and blah blah. So
yeah.
you are right. I didn't think about that. It's actually pretty smart that you said that.
No, to me, it's like I immediately thought about that, because I remember going on a rant, going, "What the fuck is wrong with you, Microsoft? You knew not only this is a situation where it's a different company. You announced Dying Light 2 at your press conference, so you knew this game was coming out. You obviously been following it because you put it on your fucking press junket. So you knew this game existed. They released it way before Halo even had anything close to a fucking release date. We still barely seen any gameplay from it. And they announced the next day. December 7th was the original fucking release date for Dying Light 2, and December 8th was the next fucking was for Halo Infinite. And I'm looking at that going, you're out of your fucking mind. Yeah, sure, Game Pass, they don't have to worry about sales, but you're out of your
No, they
crackhead
still got to
fucking
worry about
mind.
sales because for everything else too. Like no, like
Yeah.
that's still a concern.
It's still a concern. So I was almost like praying, like, please, Techline, fucking delay this game. You guys are a great fucking developer. Dying Light was an incredible game, and I'm so fucking excited for Dying Light 2. And obviously I want to play it as soon as possible, but I also want Dying Light 3 or 4 or whatever your next thing to exist is. I want that to happen. But with Halo, I'm like, I fucking hate the Halo franchise. This is the franchise that has
Wait, because of their success? Because
no,
again, the way
no,
of other people?
their success is so fucking unearned. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
The stories are so bad. They're mostly terrible except for like 2 or 3 games. The combat hasn't changed since the fucking Xbox. Guys, we've invented new ways to make first-person shooters more fun to fucking play. Both retro and both fucking new school. You guys are the most archaic fucking system I've ever played. To the extent where I'm fucking playing the Master Chief Edition, and I'm like, these controls are so bad. Like,
really quick,
the mapping on the keyboard is terrible.
I do want to read this really quick. Tiberius, man, thank you for the 100 bits, man. Really appreciate it. He says, Shigeru Miyamoto, who is the creator of Mario and everything, by the way, guys, said, a delayed game is eventually good, but a rush game is forever bad. I'll always side with a delayed game as much as possible if it prevents a game from being AC Unity or Anthem or Cyberpunk or No Man's Sky or Fallout 76. Now, I will defend one of those in there. I think No Man's Sky is fucking great. Yeah. No Man's Sky, it took a while to become what it was. But, like, those other ones, definitely agree with you.
I see. The thing is I agree with that sentiment. That like I don't believe you should. A rush game is like, sorry. What was it? Bad? A rush game is forever bad. Yes. There's only literally one story in the entire video game industry in which a rush game eventually became good. That's No Man's Sky. I don't believe the sentiment that a delayed game is eventually good, because BioShock Infinite, Cyberpunk, those games were delayed like crazy and came out like shit.
Well,
like,
no, you're saying that
BioShock
subjectively, though, because BioShock
Infinite,
people...
Cyberpunk came out like a pile of garbage, and that's just been in development for 7 years and was delayed hundreds of times.
Yeah, no, but I mean, that's one. You named 2 games, but like BioShock Infinite,
BioShock Infinite is great, but it is one of those situations where it got delayed so much it completely changed games and became a different kind of fucking game. So it ends up being a situation in which I don't necessarily believe that a delayed game will eventually be good, because there's only so much you can make a game work within whatever you're trying to make. Games will just come out, and the goodness is how well the actual vision is versus how much time you gave it.
By the way, the Voyeurs, thank you very much there, Gene. Really appreciate that, dude. And this is what the movie that we're going to be reviewing because of his bits. Thank you so much for that bit bounty, and as well as the fact that bit bounty is going to be a thing today for sure, because we're going to be reviewing The Beaver. At least I am. I know you did not watch it, and I would not put you through that, sir. Hype Train close. But go ahead.
Yeah, but to get back to the Halo franchise, it's one of those things where it's the most unearned. Like, I get Call of Duty's success because it's redefined the first-person shooter genre several times. To the extent where I've even hated what they've redefined it as in several fucking cases. They fucking were the most popular World War II shooters, and we only had World War II shooters. They created Modern Warfare, and that became fucking everything. They then shifted to space, and everyone wanted to do fucking post-Modern Warfare. Like, they have redefined it. And same thing with Halo. Halo also redefined. But the combat system for Halo is so archaic, whereas you have changed multiple times the fucking Call of Duty's formula as far as shooting. It's still very arcadey, but they have changed the fundamentals. Halo utterly refuses to change the fundamentals. Literally, we are like, this franchise has been going on for 20 fucking years, and they refuse to modernize. And I'm not saying modernizing is always good, but when you have Wolfenstein and Doom that have modernized their fucking shooters and have their own varying degrees of success, and you utterly refuse to, and you wonder why your fan base is dwindling, is because you're so focused on trying to recapture Halo 1 and Halo 2 that you're utterly refusing to adapt. And that's how you kill a franchise, is when you utterly refuse to change yourself. And I don't know what Halo Infinite's going to be, but I do not think Halo Infinite's going to be the massive success. I think the multiplayer will be, because that's what's always kept it going. But the single player, people are tired of it. People do not care about Halo as much as they used to.
Well, they never built universes. Like, I mean, like they started a universe back in like the very first game, and then they really kind of like built it up with Halo 3.
Oh, I disagree. Like, I believe they never built a universe. I believe it's Star Wars. It's a Star Wars situation where if you took the first 3 movies, did Star Wars, the original trilogy, build a universe? Not really. It told the universe existed, but it did nothing. The extended universe for the next 20 fucking years until the prequels came out, that's what built the universe. Same thing with Halo. The first Halo game did fuck all for its universe. It was the fans that made it.
Yeah, well, I mean, to an extent, yeah, but like, I mean, obviously they had to have cutscenes for a reason. Like, I believe that there was a story and there was a universe that they're building on, and I remember that being from the actual game itself, from the cutscenes. I don't like it. I think it was very empty universe, but they did something. But I think that like when it got to like the 4th or 5th game, which by the way, people, I'm sorry, and this is where it comes in where I'm talking about something facetiously. I don't really remember the Halo franchise so well, where like I actually remember what the games are called, because I remember it was called Recon, ODST, 4, Reach. I mean, there's a lot of shit that all kind of like blurred together. But I remember that around that time, it was just Master Chief, and then some unnamed guy from the Recon. And it was like, why aren't you guys talking about that person more? You know what I mean? And thank you for the subscription there, Lady Piff. Really appreciate that. But yeah, like that's one of the things where I was like, you can't keep doing everything based on Master Chief. Like I know they kind of did the Metal Gear Solid with like Solid Snake, but it's like Snake, Big Boss, Naked Snake. It's like there's different layers of these characters, and then they even made stories based on like the areas like Zanzibar Island and fucking Shadow Moses.
Yeah, but the difference between Metal Gear Solid and the Halo franchise is that Metal Gear Solid would have like fucking 30-minute cutscenes, and you knew everything you need to know about Solid Snake. Then they moved on to fucking Raiden. Yeah, they moved on to all these different fucking people, so you got to know everybody. With Master Chief franchise, like, oh yes, they quote unquote had cutscenes, but it's a cutscene of, hey, Master Chief, go blow up that thing.
Yeah, it's a mission objective every time. Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Then Halo 2 comes along, and the reason Halo 2 is fucking remembered is because you play as the Arbiter, so you're playing as the good guy and the bad guy as they coincide, eventually become allies, but the Arbiter has dialogue and cutscenes and character interaction. So when you see him again in Halo 3, you're like, oh, that guy, that character, I fucking know. This is a franchise continues with having more interesting side characters than main characters. They even do it in their fucking trailers. I swear to fucking God. Every single time Halo comes out of the trailer, you do more. I think they did one for Halo Infinite where they just showed like this random like female like general. So soldier becomes a female general in like the cutscene. And it's like it shows her being fucking attacked by like Bruce when she's a kid, and she's so inspired by the fucking Marine she becomes a general. Like, as usual, Halo continued to have more interesting side characters than the main character.
So really quick on this, because we're talking about the subjectory of just essentially what is interesting and what is not, and what should be stopped and what should be continued on, and what should be throwing a franchise out there and building a universe. Very curious about this because I don't know too much about this, but I'm looking over here at this story called, or I don't know if it's called, it's titled Ragnarok is the last game of the NORSE Saga to avoid stretching the story too much. I don't think this is the best idea because I gotta tell you, dude, they were really building up this whole idea of like Thor, right? And this is Kratos' next big, like, oh shit. I feel like there's so many characters that Kratos has fought in the past that Thor doesn't really sound like that much of a fucking badass versus Kratos. And you would think that like they would allude in the first game to a lot more of like maybe like people that are connected with Thor or people that answer to Thor. I mean, we kind of already know what's going to happen. He's probably going to kill him, or maybe Atreus is probably going to be, given like, he's going to have the franchise passed down to him. Do you think this is too soon for the NORSE Saga to end?
At the end of the day, like, it's weird because the idea that, for me, I always thought what they're going to do is they're going to restart a trilogy. They're going to do, the first one, and they allude to Thor, but again, the what was going on and what made the threat is that Kratos is strong, but the enemies were just as strong, if not stronger than him, so he had to be more creative. And it wasn't just it wasn't just like the past God of War franchise was just we're just gonna go on this god killing spree and who gives a shit or whatever. Kratos is the most badass and revenge is always right or whatever the fuck. But when you play the new God of War, and why I loved it is because he's understanding it's like I have to do this to protect my family, but he hates it. He hates himself as a person. I'm like, okay, you're actually like absorbing the consequences of your actions, and you hate yourself for it. He might not
he's
necessarily
still
say,
not getting over Faye. Like, I mean, he's still like upset in the new like footage they showed for God of War.
Well, of course he's upset. You know,
which is cool though, because usually, because I'm used to Kratos being like, I don't give a fuck, bring 3 bitches, I'm gonna fuck the shove them, yeah, you know, and it's like now.
That's what I love about this character, because it's a situation where you had the character when he was young, and then he went through a character arc, quote unquote character arc. It was just I'm gonna murder fucking every goddamn person around me. Shit. But then he becomes old, and you go through the second character arc, much like Batman Beyond, where it's like the character's older, and now because they're older, they're regretting their actions, they're changing, they're becoming better. That's why I love God of War so much. I've hated the God of War franchise. I've talked shit about that franchise for like a decade. I love the new one so much because it almost was like talking to me. It's like, hey, you hate this shit. Not only are we going to do a better franchise, we're also going to pay respect to the old franchise, because I hate disrespecting a franchise. I think that's the worst thing you could possibly do is disrespect your franchise when you want to do a reboot and move on to the character.
How are you a fan of Spider-Man? No, I'm just playing.
But don't get me started. That's why I hate MCU Spider-Man. They disrespect him so goddamn much.
Yeah. No, but I totally get you, and I gotta give respect to that they haven't like shit on the old franchise. But as far as the gameplay of the old franchise,
no, they're not.
I really do think they
Xavier,
have.
I have a buddy of mine that I was arguing for like 2 fucking hours.
Let's hear it, because I'm gonna tell you, dude. I'm with Xavier. I'm so with Xavier. They are so going to kill Kratos.
They will, but they'll kill him in the 3rd game, not in this game.
Well, then why kill him outside the Norse mythology though?
Because again, what I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. What they want to do is they're ending the Norse mythology, but what they're gonna do is, and they've already kind of showed this a little bit, both in the new footage and even in the last game, is that as much as like this area of the world has all the gods and all the shit, but it's like different time periods and different eras or different realms. So they even just showcase there's imagery from China, and there's imagery from like India and like other different mythologies. What you do is you have a situation where Ragnarok happens and all that shit happens, and either Kratos gets heavily injured or he gets he's in a coma for whatever. Like at the end of it, he gets fucked up and he's beyond repair for a while. Then the 3rd game, he's coming out, but he has different powers, but he's also on the verge of death. So it's going to be the last time he plays the character. And then halfway through the game, he gets killed, and your son takes over. Then Atreus becomes a new face.
Let me ask you this, because that's a cool thing. I don't have much to say about that, because that does sound plausible. But
I disagree, Xavier.
Oh, because to be honest, there's nothing else to Chris. Sorry, he has 7 games. No, I agree with him there too. But I mean, let's pretend that that's not the case. But I mean, Xavier, me and you, bro, like we're very connected here. But who's to say that they might not kill Atreus? I mean, everyone's expecting him to get
be
given the franchise. That might be great, because like for one, dude, Kratos,
terrible.
Dude, Kratos' whole fucking universe that he's been through has always been pain, rage, revenge.
I'm so glad
if they kill Atreus, he has every reason to be like, motherfucker, and then like. Yeah. Literally, like, yeah. I mean, that's a whole new saga right there, dude. Of just
no, it's not. That's my problem. It's not. We literally just said that's the 7 games prior of. It's the whole Batman / superhero aspect of the characters can never be happy and move on. Anytime they get a girlfriend or a fucking
but
kid
do you
or
want
whatever,
Kratos to be happy? Who fucking wants to see that?
Yes, motherfucker! God,
why? You were such a fucking fruit, dude. Like, oh my god!
No,
like,
because the situation is like we had 7 fucking games, and what was the entire point of 7 games? I want to get revenge for revenge sake. Oh, I got revenge. Well, I gotta get more revenge. Revenge. Let me jack off the fucking revenge. What happened with the new franchise? He ended up realizing that fucking mentality only got him more pain.
And but now he's gonna learn that he was right. See, it's like
he wasn't,
dude. It's like a poem. Wrong. It rhymes, bro. Not
it's stupid. And fuck George Lucas for that. But the thing about what I like the new franchise is he understands that he did what he had to do at the time, but he was not necessarily that he was wrong, but that he went about it the wrong way. There's different things that he could do because he's a different character. So this idea that he had 7 games of his character, no, that's completely wrong. Because now we have old man Kratos. Much like Old Man Logan, much like, again, one of my favorite Batman interpretations of all time, Batman Beyond. We had 70 fucking years. You talk about 7 games, 70 years of Batman before that show fucking came out. And what did they do? They aged him up. He could no longer be Batman. He then put it onto a new person and he went through a different arc. Batman and Batman Beyond goes through a different character arc than any other Batman, because it's a situation where he can no longer be the knight. He has to now help the new generation. And Terry McGinnis, who takes over the mantle, is a different Batman. He's not the same thing. He has hope. He actually is a kinder Batman. when you go through that, because it's not just, oh, I gotta be, I gotta be evil. It's like, no, he's actually very kind. Much like what you see with Atreus, where Atreus is conflicted because he doesn't know, he wants to be like his father, but he wants to be better than his father because his father's telling him, be better than me.
Yeah, Eero Senpai says, but God of War 2018 was about revenge. His enemies he wanted. No, I think.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I think we probably he probably got confused with what I said because I'm saying that post like this Norse saga, I want Kratos to have revenge again because he didn't do it this time, and that's what's cool about his son. Like what you just said, that he's like, Dad, like no, that's not the way to go. But also like it would be so like. Like
The
I
problem is you're
understand.
in the same franchise, though. You're just like,
Yeah,
well,
I'm
let the
basically
kids
saying,
feel
yeah.
better off,
I'm basically saying like I want to repeat the same shit, which is against what I say about everything else. But it's like, you're in a video game where you're slashing the fuck up people. That's why it's like when people want to see, like for instance, some people were complaining about like The Walking Dead, where it's like, oh, every time they blow up the fucking city, then they move on, same shit. And it's like, well, yeah, but it's called The Walking Dead. They are walking and they're with the dead, and it's just life continues on. Do you guys really want to have Rick, like, he gets electricity working, and then they go in the refrigerator and like, what do we got to eat?
Yeah,
I
why
feel like
not?
eating breakfast. That's not
Yeah,
a
but
show.
again,
You watch fucking Jersey Shore then.
But again, you're fucking saying that in the worst possible way. Like, rebuilding a society has its own different problems. How do you rebuild a society in which everyone, for the last year or so, however long
But
that
that's
has been
every other
going on?
shit. That's the colony. That's falling skies. That's fucking.
But again, so yeah, but again, but this is called The Walking Dead, and you have these characters that you've seen their generate. Like after 7 seasons, you've seen so much of them. So it's like, how would they do it? Much like this idea that's like, oh, one show did it, that means no other show could do it. It's like, no, like The Walking Dead is a post-apocalyptic fucking show about zombies. There have been several zombie shows before and after. And nobody fucking did what The Walking Dead's doing. The Walking Dead is the biggest budget out of all of them because it became so popular. But there's so many different zombie stories that it's like, we want to see that. World War Z is all about that, the book at least, not the fucking movie. But this idea, it's like, yeah, I want to see Kratos because again, it's a situation where it's like someone pointed out, it's like his enemies wanted revenge, and you get to see this character that you know so much about because he's had 7 fucking games, and you get to see him make different choices. He makes different choices. The entire story, and I'll break down God of War's story as simple as possible. The entire point of God of War story is to deliver the ashes of his wife and for him to connect to his son. Because the start of the game,
Oh, you're talking about just 2018 God of War, not the whole thing.
That's what I mean. That's what I was. That's
Okay,
what I
my
mean.
bad.
The reboot. The reboot is all about that. But when you start seeing that character arc, you're like, oh, this is a father and son connecting story. Because when you meet them at first, he is like almost a general. Is like, go kill the deer. How? Fucking do it. Like he almost doesn't like him.
But that's so
at the start of it.
basic too. It's like that was
But
another
that's
thing
what I
that's
mean,
like.
though. That's the benefit of it. It's basic. But what the writing does is, if you can break down any fucking
Hey,
story,
boy, read that for me. I'm stupid as fuck.
it's not. I still fucking, man. He's not stupid. He just can't read Norse.
That's fucking hilarious.
Hey Nick, can you read Spanish?
No, because I'm stupid.
Are you stupid?
Yes. Yes, I've been saying I'm stupid for a whole year.
You're not. He can't read Norse. He can still speak and converse. He just can't read a language he can't fucking read. But the thing is you can break down any story and make it as simple as possible. What the benefit of it is, and the reason I broke it down, it's like take the ashes and do that because that's the plot of Far Cry 4, the exact same one. You mother ashes and take it to a final burial place. It's the exact same thing. And then you get roped up into this crazy fucking adventure. Far Cry 4 has really bad writing. God of War has really good writing. That's what differentiates the story of the fucking game. And they redefined the entire combat system, which I fucking loved. It was great.
Yeah.
Fucking every single thing. All the boss fights are so fucking good. Every single thing about that game is immaculate. But it's a situation where they fundamentally
Kirk saying you just want to see a Rick cooking show. Fuck you. No, you don't, Kirk. No, you don't.
No, I want to see a Shane cooking show. Fuck that. Bring him back.
That's true, right? And then he yells at Lori, get your ass back in the kitchen. Come on.
Creating a fucking universe, creating a story, and moving on with these characters. Because again, I like to see characters grow, and I don't want to see characters just grow just to die. I want to see characters grow to it's like they earned it. Like so many characters have earned it. Like I love Batman Beyond because it's like, Batman gets to earn a rest and he gets to help a new generation. I love that shit. That to me is like, that's what I want to see. It's like, I don't want my characters there and it'll end has to be death or murder. I want them to have a family and live on the rest of their life because they earn that shit. These people have saved the world and the universe in some cases. I think they deserve more than a bullet to the head.
Yeah, Bubba, I was laughing at you, but fuck, night, Rick Grimes, pork rinds. I fucking love it, dude. That's awesome.
Man, fuck you, Kirk. You're so wrong. Unless you're
Far
talking
Cry 4 being better than
Assassin's
Assassin's Creed, I definitely agree with
Unless
that.
you specifically mean Assassin's Creed 1, and then maybe we can have a discussion.
No.
Far Cry 4 sucks.
Oh, and read this, Sakuro. Nikito no habla español. Yeah, Dios mío.
So, Nick, you can't speak Spanish. Oh, my God.
No, I did it.
No. I'm saying you said the words
Oh,
there.
You copy and pasted that shit.
I just said it there. It's called context clues. Your name is there. Espanol, I think, means Spanish. I could be wrong.
No, Nikita must be like Nikita. I thought it was talking about La Femme Nikita. Yeah.
The thing about Latin-based languages is because of the fact that they're
By the way, you're wrong. It actually doesn't speak Spanish. Oh Lord. Not. Oh my
oh
God.
my God.
You said yeah. It's completely different. God and Lord are two different
Really
things.
not.
They disagree on
In
shit.
fact, it's really not. In fact, anybody that's ever actually it speaks a different language and has watched their culture be on American television, it's never an exact translation.
So wait, so
fact,
basically you're saying this is coming from Alan, everybody, that Spanish is subjective to whoever's talking about what. You just gotta know about the personality to know who they're talking about.
Yeah.
No, that's not how that fucking works at all.
Have you ever watched I'm Arab. Do you want to watching a fucking Jack Ryan Shadow?
I'm Mexican American. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, let me finish the sentence, motherfucker.
Okay, go try.
What was it? Jack Ryan on Amazon, fantastic fucking show. But one of the things that they would have is, of course, Arabs are the enemy. When they're speaking, I can understand what they're saying, but I'm like, watching with buddy, I'm like, when there's, you don't know your own language. Fuck you.
No, sorry. Just like, did you really say like? Let me finish my sentence. I'm Arab and I know Arab. I'm a good boy. I know my shit. Like, okay.
Anyway,
and my dick's big too. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Any fucking way. What they're saying isn't what the subtitles are saying. The subtitles are actually a little bit different. The words are in the wrong place, basically. Like the situation where someone's saying, come over here. That's what it says. But it actually says, will you get over here? Like, it's completely, hurry up. Like, it's saying, like, it's more of a hand motion, but they have to basically change it where it's like, if you take the literal translation versus the official translation, it is slightly different because of the fact of just how people speak. Where, for instance, in Japanese culture, they are always saying people's names in sentences. Like, I barely said Nick's name this entire fucking podcast because we don't have to do that. I can just speak to him and he knows I'm talking to him. But if this is subtitled Japanese, I'd have to consistently be saying Nick or my boss or whatever.
Yeah, or senpai. Yeah.
Something exactly. That if we're in school, I would have to say that.
Am I your senpai?
No, you're an idiot.
I want to just put this out here, by the way, guys. That's the third time he's insulted me just on the language barrier situation there. I'm just
you're an asshole.
I'm just the innocent man right here, just chilling.
This man has been calling Kratos stupid for like 3 years because he doesn't know a different language.
Yeah, it's dumb.
You don't know a different language.
By the way, you know what's so fucking? This is what's so annoying about God of War Ragnarok, or just God of War in general, that new one. It's like, at least in the old games, there's so many places you can like fight and maneuver and go around the enemies and blah blah. It's cool. And this new one is so linear that these invisible walls don't make sense. I'm Kratos. I used to jump 20 feet into the air and swing my super duper fuckface blades all over the place and beat everybody's ass. Now it's like, hey, Atreus, read that shit because I can't just climb the fucking fence and just move
wouldn't have
over.
made a difference if he could climb. And second of all, he's old.
It doesn't matter, dude. He's getting kicked fucking 50 feet down mountains and shit by super duper
strong,
monsters.
But he's old. He doesn't have as much stamina.
So you telling me that fucking muscle bound crazy ass Kratos can't just climb a fucking fence? I can do that.
You can't.
I those fences in that game, fucking absolutely. I can't.
I feel like there's a wall. Like, dude, there's puzzles and shit in the game because they're just sit there and be like, hey, we did an entire fucking series of hack and slash. But we're gonna do some actually incredibly interesting puzzles. Like, there's no like small fucking
interesting puzzles. They're boring as fuck.
No, they're not. They're actually incredibly interesting. Trying to take fucking win from one area.
Guys, imagine this, guys, playing a fucking video game and all of a sudden it's like, hey, match the color with this one and then make sure to shoot through it. It's like, boo! Yeah, I'm playing.
Boo to you! Boo to you! It's called the Legend of Zelda franchise. It's fucking been going on for 20 fucking years. You might have heard of it.
Okay, the girl says, actually, they aren't fuckface blades. They're called blades of fuckface.
That is my favorite, by the way. That is my favorite scene in the entire fucking game.
What?
When he, okay, so for people that have not played God of War, I fucking highly recommend it. If you haven't, like, go, because this is a major spoiler.
Yeah, or don't, guys.
Go fuck yourself. Anyway, you have the Leviathan attack the whole time. It's like Thor's hammer comes back to you. It's fucking amazing. I loved it. It was great. Yeah, changed up the combat system a lot. But I was like, oh, I wonder if they're going to bring the Chaos Blades back. But I'm like, with this combat system, it might be difficult. But I'm like, also, I hate God of War, so fuck it. I'm enjoying this new combat system. But something ends up happening where it's like all the enemies they're facing they're able to be damaged by them, but the enemies in hell are not damaged by ice weaponry. So he get fire, like burning fire. And I'm like, oh, that's how they're gonna bring it in. And the way they set it up with the music and the gravitas and the pain you can fucking feel.
No, dude, I'm so with you, bro.
Open it up, shut the goddamn hell up.
I'm with
you.
Oh,
you're on my side?
Yes, I was like, no, that was so cool because it reminded me of like 3 better games, the originals. That was awesome, right, Alan?
Yeah, those games were fucking terrible. But like the way they do it, they open it up and they show the respect to that, but they show the pain that he doesn't want to do this. But that's the moment he realizes he loves his son because he's willing to go through the worst pain of his life again just to save his life. And then a demon comes in to taunt him, and he goes, "Yeah, you're still my demon, but no more." And then he goes in and you have this glorious action scene. Like that was the best scene. That's one of my favorite scenes in the entire fucking game. Is when you get the Chaos Blaze, and it's not like they're playing some fucking shitty Metallica cover. They're actually doing like they're treating it with respect. And when you start fucking unleashing the Chaos Blades, it becomes a different game.
So you're that weirdo that if he had his own car, he'd be in there just listening to fucking orchestra music. Yeah,
because it's fucking yeah.
And then in the middle of it, someone's coming in there, Buster.
Yeah, because by the way, that guy was just doing the opening theme of Attack on Titan. That shit was awesome.
No,
have you ever seen the opening theme of Attack on Titan?
I've seen that and it sucks. It's fucking loud.
Fucking
It's
great.
ridiculous.
That fucking shit's awesome,
it's
man.
disruptive. It's like, dude, turn
You're
that off. I'm trying
disruptive.
to
You
fucking...
you look at stuff. You're like, I don't like it, so it's bad. But when I say I don't like it, well, that's subjective.
Yeah, damn, you almost did the Negan lean, bro.
I'm in a chair. I can lean as back as I want.
I like that. No, but like, I will say no. I definitely agree with you, and I appreciate that you like one of the main original trilogy moments that was actually in a new game. It's almost like you should play the first 3 games again. And realize how wrong you are. Yeah,
they are fucking terrible.
Have you played Ascension?
Sorry, they are fucking terrible. I'm sorry. They're like, I love Greek mythology. It is my favorite fucking mythology. Norse is second. And seeing the stupid shit they do with there, I'm like, you are. I want you to die consistently, Kratos. I want you to be murdered in every single possible facet of your existence.
Just because he's not enjoying his life. You're such a fucking
no, because he's a fucking idiot that is so focused and hellbent on revenge that if this was anybody else, he'd be the bad guy.
This is so many characters: Spawn, the Crow,
fuck him.
Batman. Fucking
Batman is not gonna.
And Spider-Man. Spider-Man's mad at the world because Uncle Ben can't take care of his own fucking health.
What? That's what the fucking Spider-Man's not gonna sit here and kill fucking Odin.
Dude, no, but he'd be shooting webs at everybody, and some people they got really injured. He hurt some people, and by the way,
so up your own ass that makes no sense,
bro.
buddy.
Like I'm telling you, and another thing too, Thor. I'm sure he's killed people. He's killed innocent people, like just fighting fucking bad guys in the street and shit.
But again, Thor isn't just going down a fucking murder.
But you're mad about God of War. He fucking lost his wife and his kid, dude. And you're like
fucking who?
We need boo-hoo. That's what happens. When you get upset.
I don't give a shit.
I want to see you lose a kid and a wife and see how you handle it.
I'm sorry, but like, look, your wife and kid died, and then you got revenge, and then realized I needed more revenge because fuck it, and then you kill fucking Poseidon, and millions of people die.
Yeah, and by the way, it almost fits like the title of the game, God of War.
Yeah,
well, you want them to not have a war?
God of being a dumbass. Yeah, he fucking fought his war and it was over. But the fucking writers are so lazy. Like, everyone loves Kratos. Keep giving him fucking reasons to have revenge.
Thank you, Gene. Look, man, all I'm saying is like, if you made a God of War game, I'd probably hate it. Oh, it left. I'm sorry, guys. So here's the thing. I gotta actually get into a new call with this man. Let me see. I'm gonna give him a link over here in our chat thing. He didn't leave, I promise. Let me see here, guys. Google Meet really sucks. I just want to let you guys know.
You didn't make the call earlier. Usually you're pretty good at that.
Yeah, I know. I got so into our conversation. I apologize.
I like character growth and I like good writing, and God of War has fantastic fucking writing, fantastic gameplay. I've beaten it 3 times. I'm probably gonna play it again at some point.
I'm sure you beat it a lot more than 3 times, you little pervert.
Oh, coming from the guy that just wants the same fucking murder boner franchise every goddamn fucking.
Well, it's a video game. It's supposed to kill people.
So was God of War. It was fun.
That wasn't that fun though.
Yes, it was.
Chat.
How? Oh, yeah. Hey guys, it was 2018's Game of the Year fun?
Okay, by the way, no, guys, put this out here. So, think of that question. Like that question, I want you guys to answer literally what Alan said, because it being a good game doesn't mean that it's fun all the time. Like, you can say a game is a great piece of art, like the Walking Dead Telltale game, but fun is definitely not the Walking Dead Telltale game.
Yes,
so
when it comes, fun as hell.
That game is not fun. But you like clicking.
The first season, at least.
Let me show you this other really cool video game. Grab your mouse and just click on fucking anything.
Yeah, but it's so much fun, bro. The first season, at least. The next fucking 3 seasons are garbage.
You're getting things confused. Like a game having a good story is not fun, dude. There's nothing happening on the screen.
There are plenty of things happening on the screen. Your choices determine who lives and who dies.
You actually don't even have a real choice. There's only 2 ways that fucking story ends.
That's still in 2 ways depending on your choices, because you choose. Like games, like
stupid.
again, a game being fun. Your version of fun is not everyone's version of fun. When I'm recommending you a game, I'm not gonna sit there. Hey, you want to play Telltale's Walking Dead? No, I'll fucking give you that really shitty walk. No, I wouldn't give you that. I would give you a different kind of fucking game. Hell, I've recommended games to you because I know what kind of games you like. But the games you like are not what the entire was indicative of the franchise.
I think you're wrong.
Of course you do, because it's you.
I think you're a poop head. You know? Do you ever think about that?
So yeah, hey, poll, is the fucking God of War 2018 game of the year? Is that a good game?
No, hold on. Like, I'm gonna vote. It's definitely.
I'm gonna vote too. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm gonna vote fucking twice. How you like? I don't know how to.
Anyway,
I gotta say, guys, I'm very.
A lot of
curious
War
what you guys
Ascension.
think.
Nobody played Ascension.
No, I asked about that earlier. Ascension was great.
No, it wasn't.
It was great. You see, dude, like this is what happens. You're wrong, and then you're a booty hole. So, like, I hope you fucking enjoy
We're
that
forgetting.
shit.
By the way, like 7 because we're forgetting the fucking 2 PSP games. And is there?
Oh yeah, Chains of Olympus and fucking Blades of Chocolate Milk.
Yeah, sure, whatever the fuck. But
No, that
either
was
way,
great.
like I think the new God of War is better than every other God of War that's ever came up. It's better than a lot of.
Just so you know, I caught your little laugh. You couldn't hold it in.
You always say chocolate milk no matter fucking what. I don't know why.
Dude, doesn't it not fit every time though?
No,
like,
it doesn't.
It kind of fits. Oh my goodness. Here's the thing though. I guess Mubot's putting people through some shit, so we're gonna go ahead and get into our next topic and everything, guys. Okay. This is actually a pretty interesting thing, and I guarantee we're gonna fight again. So get ready for that.
I'm ready.
Good old Saints Row is coming back. We already know about this. We talked about this before. This is where I get a little irritated. Apparently, the character creator will be the series' most in-depth.
Oh,
that's
good.
great. Here's the thing, though.
That's good.
Why the fuck are we still doing creative characters when you can guys just make a character, build a fucking story, build a franchise around a certain character, and give us something that like GTA does, where someone's actual story that someone put writing and effort into is actually amazing and makes you remember them instead of some random character with a fucking T-Rex head,
Okay,
whatever stupid ass shit.
I'm gonna make it. Okay, Nick, I'm gonna make a new Grand Theft Auto game that doesn't have pistols.
Okay, add that to the long list of stupid ideas from Alan Shakespeare. Like, what the fuck
Okay,
are you talking about?
yeah, cool. Why would that be stupid, Nick?
I don't know, because it's like fucking pistols are always in the game. You shoot.
Cool.
Yeah.
Saints Row has had one of the most in-depth character customization in video game history.
Bullshit.
Yes, actually. Have you ever seen the one for 2? Have you seen what people could do with that? Like, dude, I made myself in that. That game has had one of the most in-depth character customization in video game history.
I'm sorry, but you're already my default character in The Sims, bro. Okay, like fucking.
Just because no, because I want to point this out for the crowd. Nick hates building a character.
Yeah, I do.
This man will I'm not saying everyone needs to spend 4 hours. This man will refuse to fucking change his character. He will just look at character creator default. I'm good to go.
Yeah, because who gives a shit? I want to play the fucking
Everybody
game. Stop trying to find
else.
ways. Stop trying to find ways to keep me from playing my fucking game. I want to play it. Can I fucking play?
Yes, you can, but
it?
guess what? Some people want to make either themselves in the game, or they want to take a character and they want to take the default and maybe change up the hair or customize some stuff, or
Dude,
make
if
it
there's
the way
no
they
story
want to
for my
make it.
character, it doesn't matter ever because there's not even an imagery that
Have
goes
you
with the
played
character.
Saints Row 2? They actually in universe explain. It's actually the funniest fucking thing. So Saints Row 1, basically GTA San Andreas clone, fantastic. It was nuts. The end of the game, you get betrayed and a boat explodes and you think your character's dead. So Saints Row 2 happens and turns out you actually did survive, but you're burnt up. So they did reconstructive surgery on you. That's the character creator.
Okay.
So you can look however you want. You can change genders actually, which is kind of hilarious.
Yeah,
and then
that was kind of cool.
But Buddy yours from the last game walks and goes, "Did you do something?" Yeah, I think I changed my hair.
No, but I mean that's cool.
And since 2 onwards, like I hated the 1 and 3, and I love the 1 and 4, but like they've always had a really good character creator, and people love that shit because people like either making themselves or making their own original.
But see, that's people with an ego problem. That's like some fucking like, oh, I wish I wasn't everything. Like, dude, fucking get a mirror, jerk off, and fucking be done with it. All right? Like,
oh bullshit! If you actually had the patience, you would make yourself in a fucking wrestling game.
No, I did. I made myself tons of times in wrestling games, and
Done.
it's like, yeah. And by the way, it ends up becoming not as good as me because guess what? I can't do the shit that they do in the video game in real life, so I might as well just make it.
But the point of the video game is you can do shit like you can fucking beat The Rock in a fight.
No, you can actually play a game and enjoy it for the characters that they give you instead of trying to make it about you. Like, who gives a shit?
It's a video game. You should make it about you.
No, you shouldn't.
You pay for the product.
No,
You're telling me right now, if you couldn't mod yourself in fucking Resident Evil 3 or 4,
I gotta tell you, if you were a girl, you would have one of those fucking Kim Kardashian, like, put makeup on your face fucking apps. Like, you're so one of those. You're so one of those.
I love character creators. Character creators are fun as hell. It gives you a chance to replay the
So
game.
when
And
you
you
put on
change
like
up
a
the way
certain
it
shirt,
up.
do you go like, oh, that looks good on me? Do you
Yeah,
do
of
that?
course I do. Who doesn't? Sorry, we don't all wear 2 fucking shirts.
No, I mean like in the video game though. Like,
Oh hell yeah! Are you kidding me? Fucking every now and then, it's Red Dead all the time. Like, huh, I've been wearing this outfit for a while. Let me go and fucking go shopping.
you
Go
turn
and
Red
fucking...
Dead into a fucking Barbie game.
Bro, what are you talking about? I wear the hats. I don't buy hats only because they get shot up during the fucking things and I keep losing them. But yeah, no, all the time. Especially Saints Row. I change up sometimes. I love fucking the character creator. Like, I actually was really mad at 3 or 4 because I feel like they scaled it back. So if they're gonna go more in depth and make it closer to 2, fuck yeah, I can't wait to see. Especially with the new fucking engine and a new gameplay with the new lighting, that's gonna look fantastic.
It's gonna no like the game. I'm telling you right now, like I'm excited about this game. The game's gonna be fucking great. You know, it's just I wish I could see. Just build a character, like make a character that I don't have to make, and just be like.
They
this is
do.
person's
All the side characters are gonna be
I know we
real
can't
characters.
play as them. You can't play.
Why?
As them.
Why
And it's
wouldn't
not
you
their
like?
story.
Then Nick, the defaults. Then just pick default.
Well,
And you're good.
no, but no, it's not the same way. It's not the same because for one, too, the voice acting is different. Like, it just it feels because like they had to make a character like your main character that you play as, despite like however they look and that you decide all that. But like because of the fact that they are creative characters, they had to give them so little story and so little character because you're doing the character. So like, there's a lot of shit there. That's not really. It doesn't really fit into all the storylines that they're going to be providing you. Throughout the game.
Again, I fundamentally disagree with that because of the fact that Saints Row 2 onwards, like I didn't count 3 out because I think 3 story is terrible. But like Saints Row 2 and Saints Row 4 story are fan fucking tastic, and you can customize. Not only can you customize male or female, you can even customize the voices. They usually have 3 voices.
No, yeah, 3. Holy shit! So like. All the voices available in the fucking world, there's only 3 choices that everyone sounds like. That's interesting.
No, 3 per gender. So there's 6 voices.
I know, but that's lame. It's like,
How's that lame? You play video games
Jessica.
with what?
My name's Jessica. My name's Jessica. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you play games with 1.
It should be with like fucking. You should have a choice out of 8. I'm making a character. I want it to be different. Don't give me.
Yeah,
3
you're making a
voices.
character. Most character creators have 1. This game had 6.
That sounds like a terrible creative character thing. By the way, just to let you know,
you don't even like character creators.
I know, but I'm calling you out because I guarantee you in fucking GTA there was like fucking 12 to 15 voices, and on Fight Night there was voices, and wrestling games there was a bunch of voices too, and The Sims, dude, they're talking
the main
gibberish.
character.
They're talking gibberish. Yes, on The Sims 3 and 4, they literally.
For GTA, you brought up GTA. What are you talking about?
GTA Online, I'm nuts. What the fuck you think?
GTA Online doesn't have fucking every single character does have intense voice acting.
They do actually.
The main character, the character you play as.
Okay, I'm lying.
Yeah, I know you are. That's why I'm calling you out. I want you to see that.
No,
you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
No. By the way, no. You do change the voice though, but it's like you don't like when the guy falls, like ugh, like it's like that shit.
That's a grunt. You literally can get like the fucking people in the office. Hey, we need 5 more grunts.
Yeah, Kirk, shut up. God damn it.
I love how E-Mike finally asks a question relative to what's going on, but he asks it to you.
Yeah, I know. Well, I did talk about this with Christian, but yeah, the Wolverine thing. All I'm gonna say is that I hope that the game is a shitty story and actually like delivers like gameplay because I don't give a fuck about the Wolverine story. We've already had Logan. We had a ton of shit. It's a little late, by the way. Enough with the fucking Wolverine stuff. Okay. But at the same time, though, like I like Wolverine games, and I hope that because the guys are making is Marvel's Spider-Man, and what I'm worried about is that at least in the Spider-Man, they had a couple of gadgets. And it was still repetitive. Wolverine don't got no gadgets. What you can do? Give him guns? Like,
well, actually,
all he has is like hyper sense and those knives. So I can already feel the square, hold square.
Well, again, they already like. I'm gonna actually answer this question because I want to answer this fucking question. I can't fucking wait for that game because again,
did you realize that square button? Sorry.
Yeah, because again, it's a different combat system, Nick. I've been fucking arguing with this shit for fucking ever. It's a different style of combat system. Not every game's gonna have fucking Devil May Cry or fucking fighting games that have multiple combos. The whole point of the fighting game is more of a rhythm based, where the characters attack you. It's a 3-tier system, much like the Arkham games, which is attack, parry, and evade. So a character, you punch a character and then you block another character and then you evade. You're jumping off of enemies and you're attacking them in the air. It's a 1-button system, but the variety of where you are from the ground to swinging and doing all the crazy stuff, it changes your location. It's like playing Smash Bros.
Dude, you know,
it's like Smash Bros has no variety. Has tons of variety.
The complete gameplay of Spider-Man can be a Pokemon. You just go square, Squirtle.
There's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to it. I literally just explained it, but Nick likes to fucking put everything down to the level.
Well,
Once he doesn't like it,
then you wait
it's
for the character to
objective
come
fact.
down. Hold on, I press square. Let me wait a second. 1, 2.
Yeah,
Here he comes.
yeah.
Square, square, square.
Yeah, let me just sit there, press square, hit back. Oh, the guy's behind me. I'm gonna actually go underneath so that the attack hits the buddy. Jump off him, swing across there, and
Oh wait,
do
no,
a
you
web
gotta
zip
jump. I
to
forgot.
yeah, you're playing
Hit
a
X.
Spider-Man.
I forgot. You
Oh
gotta
my
jump and hit
fucking god,
X.
you don't know what you're talking about, buddy.
I almost
But
beat the
anyway,
game
when
on
it comes
hard
to
mode.
fucking, it's literally like this. It's a different combat system than the other combat system you fucking play in
No,
Devil May Cry fucking fighting games.
No, it is different. I know it's different.
Yes, it's different, but it's not bad.
Do you think we're gonna see a cameo from Deadpool in the Wolverine game? And what do you think about the Wolverine game, by the way?
One of my favorite, the only good one, I'm gonna say it's the only good Wolverine game is X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like the only fucking go. I love that game. Literally I have it installed. I was playing it the other fucking day because I was excited for the Wolverine news. I'm excited because again, Insomniac, like the thing is, I love the story in fucking Spider-Man PS4. Loved it. I love the gameplay. Loved everything. My only thing is that game can, especially on third time through, that game can get really fucking easy. Like once you figure out the combat stuff. Yeah. Oh come on. Yeah.
No,
But
because I don't remember. Yeah, I didn't play a lot of it. But I remember it was difficult for me. But I'm not the best at games. So.
I literally
fuck you, Black Knight. Right when I said that, he goes like Nick sucks at video games.
But in a situation where I'm playing on like spectacular mode, and I don't really, me personally, I don't use gadgets. I don't know. To me, I like to be just as basic as possible, so I don't really use gadgets. I prefer having my own skills get me through a fight versus throwing out the robots or whatever. Because Arkham has the same problem. The combat system is way too fucking easy.
Yeah.
But it gets a problem where once you master the combat, it's not like Devil May Cry. Once you master it, the game becomes more fun. Once you master it, becomes infinitely easy because you kind of understand what's going on, and it's a situation where they got to keep upping the challenge. And every one of these games I talked about has the worst boss fights ever. Oh my fucking god, I can't. The boss fights are.
Oh, the
Arkham
Kingpin
and
shit with
Spider-Man
Spider-Man was
terrible boss
so
fights.
egregious. Yeah, and then oh man, falling dirty flights of fucking like. Or
Actually,
35 layers.
that fight scene is fantastic. It's the only good one.
Oh.
The rest of them are kind. Oh, actually, no. The Mr. Negative fight was fantastic.
No, and the
When you go
Scorpion
through
fight was cool. But the barrels and stuff on the air fight, the air freight.
It was okay.
Because you fight two people. Then I remember you fight. What's the dude? The Shocker.
Shocker and Vulture was fun because you're in the air the whole time, so that was really interesting.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, the boss fights were not that good because it's a combat system designed around fighting multiple people. It's extremely difficult to then only have one person. It's an entire system. But I'm excited to see what they're gonna do because again, they're good at writing story because that's one of the best Spider-Man stories we've ever had. When it comes to their gameplay, I never say this, but Wolverine's a very violent character. If you have a Barda set, which is X-Men Origins Wolverine. That's when you talk about Wolverine games, that's what people remember. If they don't have that level of violence, you step down, but you have to make it that aggressive. Like it can't be the same level as Spider-Man, where Spider-Man was very much like you could tell, like it's the character. He's holding back a lot of times. He's not doing everything exactly the same way as somebody that wants to kill people. He's trying not to kill people. Wolverine has the complete opposite. He is a very, very violent person. So I need to see some sort of gameplay, but it's going to be a while. To answer your question, E-Mike, yes, I think that they're going to, and I think he's going to be somewhere in the background because I wouldn't be surprised if they want to make another Deadpool game.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that at all. But
that Deadpool game is great, by the way.
You know what? Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, it wasn't amazing, but it's like I felt like I was on par with the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game, and I actually like that game a lot. People don't talk about that a lot, but it's.
I've never played that one. I only played the first Amazing Spider-Man. I'm like, it's not bad, but the swinging sucks.
The swinging's not the best, but I will say that there's a lot of shit to do on the ground too, and I was like, oh, I appreciate that. And in Marvel Spider-Man, if you're on the ground, there's no game. Just get back in the sky. But
yeah, swing around and do Spider-Man shit. Cool ass shit. There's plenty of stuff to do in that game. Plenty of fucking collectibles and stories and different shit going on. I wanted there to be more.
I like going down and then you got this package. Cling.
Yo, bro, you were fucking. You
now 95
crazy
more to go.
You're printing Amazing Spider-Man 2 because you could fucking walk into a comic book shop. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, no, that was cool. But like, then there's other times.
How is that different than what I said?
No, because you go into the comic book shop and then there's like more storyline stuff there. There's Stan Lee in there and you get a lot of dialogue with him. And then literally, like when you leave, he gives you like these like on foot missions and stuff, and you can't rely on your little web shooty fuck jizz shit.
So your favorite part about a Spider-Man game is you not believing Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, because the one thing that's cool about Spider-Man that I've liked when I was a fan of this shit is like I like that Peter Parker's interesting and Spider-Man's interesting.
But you got mad when you were playing Peter and you're doing the puzzles.
Yeah, because I didn't play a puzzle game. Like in the Amazing
But you're playing
Spider-Man,
as Peter Parker, and Peter Parker's intelligence is what's being used in these
I know,
stories
but
while you're developing his character as well.
But the thing is, like, we're playing a game that's like, hey, you had fun doing all those like swinging around the fucking city. Now let's give you like a Tetris type fucking game, and let's not give you the option to actually pass this or whatever. You have to do this. Like,
There's only about 10 in the whole game you have to do. Every other one is optional. And the optional ones give you more story and more in-depth into the character, and you get to learn a lot about the world.
and let's not even get into when you had to do stealth missions as fucking MJ, because who wants to play as fucking MJ? Or
that's the one thing people will actually agree with you on. In fact, I actually like them, but I'm not going to die on that hill because that's the only time people will actually agree with you. Everyone hates those stealth missions. I don't, because, like, character. I fucking like characters.
Yeah. You're lame. So here's
You're
the
an
thing,
asshole.
yeah. God, I love myself sometimes, dude. Just sometimes.
Well, somebody has to.
Fuck you. Kurt's like, I saw MJ's ass. I love it. Well, you know, that's a good thing too. Unfortunately though, there's quite a preconceived notion I have with this movie that I'm about to review. Whereas I can't start to go into something with such a ridiculous premise and be okay with it, and just allow whatever quality of filmmaking turn my opinion around on something that is just objectively, not subjectively, but objectively, absolutely fucking ridiculous. This movie that I'm talking about is The Beaver, and it came out 10 years ago. In 2011, and it stars Mel Gibson and a...
Yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah, it stars him and his depression of his character that has... It's so fucking intense, his depression, that he's able to heal himself by projecting his emotional pain and his shit personality into a fucking hand puppet. I am not joking.
So it's just a day in the life of Mel Gibson.
I guess so, but like, dude, is this not something that you would expect out of like Nicolas Cage or something? Like,
yes.
This seems like a vehicle for him, but like, I don't know, it's a whole fucking thing. But
But then again, with good writing and a good actor, you can make the stupidest shit in the world seem interesting.
No, thank you for saying that, because that's the fucking problem. You know what's so frustrating about this is the fact that like Mel Gibson is such a good actor when he wants to be, that the fucking guy was able to put more effort into something like this than he has in so many other movies. And those other movies sometimes don't necessarily have a character for Gibson to play to allow himself to showcase his talents like he usually does in shit that actually is worth it, like Ransom or fucking what was it, Braveheart, shit like that. Yeah. But what's even more ridiculous is that he's acting against this fucking hand puppet. So it's ridiculous. This whole premise is ridiculous. The movie is directed by Jodie Foster, who is also playing Gibson's wife in the movie, and I forgot her name, so my bad. But she directed a few movies before this, or a few things before this. One of them being Stephen King's Golden Tales, titled "Do Not Open This Box," and she actually did like a remake of it just 3 years later with fucking Tales from the Dark Side, I think it was the show was called. I get confused between that and Tales from the Crypt, so I could be wrong. There's so many of those back then. I mean, I even got confused with like Creep Show and everything too. But other than that, she did 2 movies before The Beaver, and her post-Beaver directorial credit has been episodes of Black Mirror, Orange is the New Black, House of Cards, and a couple other things I'm not going to be mentioning because I just didn't write them down, so I can't remember the shit. But I haven't seen any other works of Jodie Foster as far as director stuff. I've seen her in movies, but she never really... I don't know how to put it, but like, if she's good at her job, you're not going to notice her. You see what I mean? Or not really?
Not really, but continue.
Okay. He's like, I hope that he explains it soon, but like, no, I'm not going to be explaining it. It's so hard to explain. There's no terminology that can kind of go to that, but it's like some characters are just meant to be acted where they boost the main characters up, and it's just they're there to supplement versus like be the head of everything. But on top of this though, Anton Yelchin, I forgot his name, sorry, but he's in this movie, and I know that's not the greatest thing to say because he died back in 2016.
He passed away a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Terrible accident, right?
Yep, and in 2016 at the age of 27, and he still had a bunch of shit that came out after his death. So some people might actually kind of forget a little bit like that he's died because he's technically still had work come out. You know what I mean? But here's the thing, though. I am adding this to the list of things that he's so purposefully unimpressive in. And not purposefully in the sense of, like, Anton being bad at acting. It's definitely not that. Oh, Solar, thank you very much for rating us. Really appreciate that, dude. And hopefully you had a good time doing the Back in the Deck show, man. I don't know if he took, like, a long hiatus, by the way. But, like, I've seen him pop up recently, and it's been so cool to see him doing that again. Love that guy. Very, very good guy, guys. And definitely follow his Twitch channel as well as his stuff on the Facebooks. Oh, and thank you for the description. Nice.
Oh, shit.
But like I said, though, it's not a fault of Anton's, just him being in boring shit, playing such boring characters. I am shocked, though, that there's not so many people, because there's so many people that remembered him and were upset in 2016 when he died. And I always felt like, dude, I got to go and, like, check this stuff out because clearly he must be a great actor. You know what I mean? Everyone's reacting to him a certain way. And yeah, dude, I'm just, I remember like yesterday, internet was fucking shook. But I've been excited to finally get some time to see him in some things. But after Fright Night, Star Trek, and then him playing Kyle Reese in Terminator Salvation,
Oh
I
yeah.
gotta say, I don't get it. And no disrespect to the dead, I'm sure he's a great guy, and he did do a lot of work, and he was a hard-working motherfucker because he's been in a lot of stuff, dude. A lot. Like after Terminator Salvation, dude, he's done like 20 things after that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's just
rest in
one of those things
peace.
where, like Keanu Reeves, he's fun to work with, and he always tried. Like his situation was like, oh, it's not like the greatest actor ever. Like I liked him in the Star Trek movies. He's very bit role, but like I generally do like him. But a situation where it's like he's young and his career was barely started, even though he got so many big roles. It's like he could have done anything, and it going out in such a random fucking way was just like, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's depressing, but like, and the more depressing thing about this is, and I'm not gonna like go on a rant about the, what do you call that? Like, I was gonna say universe, but like, I meant to say the business industry of movies. I'm not gonna complain about it, but it's just like it goes into, sometimes the acting prowess really depends on the source of the work and the job of the actor, because it's definitely the case with Mel Gibson here too, where this is a Mel Gibson vehicle, much like all those crazy Boo movies are vehicles for like Nicolas Cage or Keanu Reeves, like you said. But the post production of the movie seems to not really read the room like Gibson is, because Gibson's reading the room in a sense where he's being fucking nuts. He's acting against his puppet, right? And it's absolutely insane. But then, like, and I'm not gonna go scene by scene with this, and I'll reiterate that a couple of times. But it's just like we get to the last 30 minutes of the movie, and there's like this really beautiful piano music playing, dude. Like literally, it was pulling on my heartstrings a little bit. You know what I mean? And it's conveying a super sad climax of the movie, honing in on the emotional wreckage that Gibson's character has climbed himself out of, and yet still, like, this movie is the Beaver, man. This is ridiculous.
I
This is
mean,
fucking
then
stupid.
again, like the fact that they played it straight doesn't even sound super ridiculous. Because like, yeah, people will when it comes to depression, when it comes to like having to get yourself out of that hole, it is the weirdest shit will get you out of it. Like you won't know what it is, and it's like everyone's gonna have their own way. There's no one specific way you get out of the funk. You have to find a way to climb out of it, and if it took fucking acting off of a puppet, then it's like, yeah, fuck it, it works, it works. I think that the whole point of the story is like you need to find there's no guide, not to say there's no guidelines, it's just there's no one way to do it. If something
Yeah.
doesn't work for you, find something else.
Yeah, and to Mike's question, I have never watched Demon Knight, but I'm definitely open to doing that. If someone does a bit bounty for that, I will definitely do it, especially during Halloween, man, because I really want to do some Halloween stuff soon. And this could have actually been done during Halloween.
Billy
Fucking much.
Zane.
Yeah, I would imagine
Oh,
so, but
oh my fucking god, he's in that movie. That movie's gonna be a piece of shit.
but what you call it though? Yeah, like I said, we're not doing scene by scenes here, but I do want to spend a lot of time, on bit bounties, because this is a movie. Like I spend a lot of time on bit bounties because I do want to like respect the fact that someone actually paid for us to review this or whatever, so it's fine. But like at the same time, this is one of those movies where you do need to go and experience yourself. And between Anton Yelchin's super depressed tone throughout the fucking movie, leading to his graduation, to his mom being depressed with everything that she has to deal with Mel Gibson, and then Mel Gibson, losing his business and trying to use his puppet for all of his communicating. This is basically an extremely, extremely huge bummer. It's very depressing, but I do think this is something that you probably could enjoy chilling in your room by yourself. Like I don't know, for me, it held me hostage at my computer, so I don't know, like. I can't. It's like I can't recommend this, but I do, because like this might make you feel like shit. But it's also one of those things where it's like no one can convey the ridiculousness of what this is, as well as the fact that like no one can also convey how well it's made, because you have expectations going in. I'm gonna have expectations of thinking this is gonna be fucking stupid just on the name. I thought this was gonna be like an animated movie like Stuart Little or something. I was like, oh fuck, another one of these. So yeah, I don't know, man. It got to a point too that like and this is just how fucking crazy I am. I almost started relating to this stupid shit. Like, and then the movie turned off, and I was just like, yeah, well, that was fucking dumb. So
Again,
overall,
I think it's just you're so obsessed with the premise that the actual symbology, it's like not necessarily getting lost on you. You're just mad that it's not lost. You're mad that you
yeah,
get it.
yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, because I get it. I actually get it, and it wasn't confusing, and it's so dumb. But like, it's not so dumb where it's fun. It's just like it's dumb because my preconceived notions. But like, there's something here, and
Yeah.
the acting's great. Gibson's a great actor. What the fuck?
You
It's
can
so
make
crazy.
anything again. You can make anything fucking sound incredible, like a fucking Boss Level. I fucking watched a while ago. Dumbest fucking movie, but like he acts his ass off.
Yeah. So movies a 1.5 out of 5 though. I fucking hated it. Like pacing was fine. I don't have a lot of bad things to say other than just like I wish this was gonna be ridiculous. I was looking forward to a dumb movie so I can just sit here and shit on it or have
Now I
fun
gotta
with it.
feel shit.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. And maybe I should have had Jet join me on this, but it's like I gotta tell you, man. I don't like things that make me depressed. I like to escape shit. And watching this, there was a little bit of me. I was like, you know what? I might get this a higher rating because this is gonna be fun and stupid and dumb. It was so depressed, and I'm like, yeah, this was not a fun watch, and I'm upset, and I hate my life too, and I think I might get me a fucking sock puppet, start talking to it and shit.
I mean, it can't hurt.
And I will say I wish the people who made this movie read the room because I gotta tell you, everyone's acting is great, everything's cool, but like you get a premise like this, have some fun with it, be stupid, be a dumb, funny movie.
That's what they wanted to do. What are you talking about? Hey, the movie you guys want to do, put your heart and soul to talk about depression and someone making their way through it. It should have been stupid. And they go, what? Why?
Because they're trying so hard not to be
Beaver.
stupid, and they don't realize how stupid they look.
I don't think, again, I think that you're projecting, Nick.
I think so too. But unfortunately, I can't wrap my head around not doing that right now. I don't know why. This is one of those moments where you guys find out, like, or this is how I find out that I'm stupid. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Just this is
It's just a movie. Yes, that had a ridiculous premise because even hearing about it, oh, that sounds ridiculous. Oh, it's actually a story about depression and getting out of it and mental illness. I'm like, okay, I might end up liking it.
See, and this is another funny thing is like Gene's like I thought it was mad funny. Like, so it's like maybe I'm just feeling a certain kind of way, man. I've had a really interesting fucking week, so that could be it too. But 1.5 out of 5 for me. But this is one of the times. This is like I mean I don't think.
Wait, sorry, what? Did you like the movie or not?
This has a lot of merit. I hate it. I will never watch
That's not
it.
it.
I will never watch this again. I hate it personally. That's a personal rating. I hate it. But it has a lot of merit. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I really hate Endgame, right? But, like, that movie has merit for the fans that are into that shit. If you're in a mood to watch something really fucking ridiculous and you have nothing to do for 3 hours and cry at superheroes and stupid costumes, watch Endgame. I recommend that for you if that's your thing. And for this, it's like if you're in a room and you're sad and you're going through something and you want to see something that's kind of ridiculous but yet not too fun, not too happy, this is so your movie. And this will create conversation big time. But
this
for
man
me,
gives Lady in the Water and Baby Boy 3 out of 5
because they read the room.
1.5 because you felt shit.
They read the room.
No, they didn't.
They read the room. And I just watched old
Baby Boy and...
I just watched old recently, and once again, Alan, M. Night Shyamalan, why don't you
he's
fucking...
a terrible.
No, he's an amazing writer, and you need to fucking study his shit.
No, I don't.
He's really like
You're right.
He's created the fucking the minefield for you.
I'm gonna do. I haven't seen Old yet, but I think I have the tools to make a review for it.
Fuck you.
Let me just read the back of the cereal box. I can review Old before I see
You're
it.
just mad that the movie got you with a twist. You're
It's
just
not-
mad that you've been twisted. You've been twisted.
No,
and
you're
turned,
mad.
my friend.
No. You're mad at this movie because you felt something. You don't actually hate it. This movie would be a 3 or 4 out of 5, but it made you feel your own fucking issues and depression and mental illness. So you're mad at that movie for telling you what you're feeling right now.
Possibly. That could be a thing.
So
But
this
at
movie
least,
is actually,
okay,
realistically, a 3 or 3.5 out of 5.
Okay, so
But
can
because
you
of this
admit though?
bullshit-
I admit it's my thing. I admit it. Okay, you're right. So can you admit that I'm right about you being mad that M. Night got one over on you?
I'm not mad. It was stupid.
It wasn't stupid, dude.
If Roxy comes to this fucking party right now and farts, I'm not gonna go, you really surprised me.
But
Like, no, you're fucking stupid.
No, but you would be surprised because you wouldn't expect her to fart. Do you not know how surprising works?
Okay, fine. If Jet came in here and didn't do something fucking weird, I would be like, wow, Jet, you're not doing something weird. That's such a surprise. Like, no, I expect that shit.
Can't believe
I expect
this.
them to do stupid shit and bad writing. That's why I'm not gonna watch Old, because I'm like, it's not gonna be fucking as good as The Happening.
Oh, you gotta stop The Happening. You gotta stop.
No, I
that
don't.
fucking movie.
I haven't
Jesus
watched that movie in
Christ.
months.
You just watched it a month ago.
Yeah, I need to do it again.
Oh, you motherfucker. Anyways, all right.
Where's that
guys,
movie takes place? Pittsburgh? If we ever go to, if DT ever goes to Pittsburgh, petition, y'all gotta petition Corey to fucking watch.
Oh, can't we go to the movie theater and have them screen it for us?
Oh, that's the dream. That is the dream.
I know, and like in the dark, I just creep up behind you, just choke you to death. That'd be great. And we all leave,
my
and you're just
dream,
stuck
my
there with
dream
the
to do
happy.
this is on my birthday. I want to rent out a theater, and I want to get like all my buddies. I want to get people to come into the city. I want to watch a movie and make them think like we're watching The Dark Knight or one of my favorite movies ever. And it's just the happening in theaters, and see if they're gonna try to kill me.
Oh, dude! By the way, we did a Batman Day like tier list, me and Christian, and I felt really good to talk shit about
Where the
Dark
fuck?
Knight.
You didn't call me?
Sorry, man.
You fucking piece.
Here's the thing. Can I ask you something really quick?
What?
Out of the letters S to E, where's Dark Knight at for you personally?
I mean, obviously S, but knowing you two,
Yeah, S
like,
for
hey,
shitty.
Nick, hey, Nick, I respect you, Christian. I respect you too. You two stupid motherfuckers probably didn't put it on the top tier because you're fucking hipsters.
Yeah, because it's so not. It's not there.
It is. It's the best Batman
Whatever
interpretations
doesn't
out
make
there.
you,
So go fuck yourself.
whatever doesn't make you gayer makes you even straighter. Whatever the fuck that stupid line in the beginning was. Whatever doesn't make you strange
Came in
makes you
further
fucking
off. In
fruitcakey.
fact, you were so far off on the mark, you became homophobic.
No, I felt represented.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think that he said he's gonna get you a puppet. Maybe you can help you through your bullshit.
Sorry. Hey, do you want to tell me that amazing line that Batman said at the end with the people in the ship? Gotham is so great. All the people are just so sweet.
It's full of people willing to do good. Look, the Batman voice is great, but
You're such a fucking nerd.
Look, the Batman voice is great until he tries to speak full sentences. Like, where is he? Where are they?
See, yeah, that makes sense.
That's fine. Or no, that line is always funny, but people don't talk about the fucking when Harvey Dent has the gun to the dude's head. He goes, "If anyone saw this, all the good you did would have been wiped out." It's just like, oh my god, please
Yeah,
stop.
like, stop talking, dude. Like, it is.
But
and then Joker, because I watched that scene recently and I laughed the fart out of my ass.
At least I'm not wearing hockey pants. That's not bad.
No, but like he's upside down and like Heath Ledger does this thing where he keeps sticking his tongue up against his cheek. He's like, "I want you to know, Batman, you're gay."
My brother had
like, what the fuck?
Eating his makeup. He's like, the fucking makeup's made of sugar or some shit because he keeps eating it.
Yeah, like this shit's so dumb. And his stupid fucking mouth with herpes on it. Like, oh, I just want to let you know.
I mean, it's scars and shit. He's been beat the fuck up. Oh, I fucking love that goddamn fucking.
Wait,
movie so
by the
much.
way, it's like the movie that keeps undoing his origin. My father.
Actually, he does that specifically on purpose. In fact, his origin changes based on who he's talking to because his entire thing is to make them uncomfortable. That's why when he's doing the story to the first guy, he's talking about daddy issues because he wants to make him feel as incredibly uncomfortable as possible. But then when he talks to Maggie Gyllenhaal's character Rachel, he's doing a situation of love because again, it's in relation to the character there. Because you talk about like Gamble, they don't say it explicitly, but like it didn't seem like he had much of a family. So when he tells him the story, it's about family. It's about like being a kid and losing your whole family. When he talks to the story to Rachel, it's about because he knows that she's about to marry this dude and they're in love. So what does he tell? He tells a story about a loving wife and husband and how that can break down. That's why.
No one likes you, you nerd.
Any fucking way. That's why I obviously didn't write it, but like when he's about to tell Batman, I almost want to know like what would he have said because he's not gonna tell the same story. He's gonna tell a different story relating to Batman. Maybe he's gonna tell him I used to be a cop or something and I want to do good or something. Like I'm almost curious what he would have told Batman if Batman let him finish.
So fucking nerdy.
Because it could be because again, you talk about the Joker changes, not necessarily changes, but the Joker is his entire thing is to corrupt everyone around him because he wants to bring out the inner monster that somebody had brought out in him. So it could be easy situation where I think Patton Oswalt talked about this, where he has a theory that the Joker is actually a military interrogator because of just the way he talks about Batman, just the way he's able to break down the people in front of him. Because every person he talks to, his entire job is to corrupt them. We talked about Harvey Dent in the fucking bed. He is corrupting him, trying to show him, hey, you thought this was the world's fucked up, but guess what? Chaos is fair because it affects everyone equally. And you're like, oh, he's corrupting him. When he's talking to Commissioner Gordon, he's like, do you feel truly fucking alone? Everyone around you is betraying you. How do you feel? Because he's trying to make him bring out the monster in Gordon. Same thing with Batman. It's like, I'm trying to make you kill people.
I don't let you know, Alan. It's time for us to get out of here.
No, I don't give a shit. I'll talk about Dark Knight. That's not even the fucking surface. I can talk about the Dark Knight all goddamn day.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, that's
fucking Batman just thinks to be because again, Batman just thinks if he beats up everyone, he'll solve all the problems. And then he's beating the fuck out of a dude, and the Joker's laughing at him, and you see the shock and fear. Like Batman's a freak. He's like, what the hell? I will ignore you. I don't give a shit.
Kirk Lazarus. I agree. That movie, it's not.
Intro's fan-fucking-tastic.
Can I just talk like this all the time? Oh, Alan,
it's a fucking bank heist in which it's a bank heist at the start of a fucking movie. That's usually the climax of most crime
After
movies.
this particular show, I'm gonna give me some Cheerios.
Okay, JP.
Wow, you're right. JP talks like the Joker. Oh, that's
we made that joke like 100 times, bro. Where were you?
I wasn't paying attention because it's usually based on like a Dark Knight conversation. I usually start tuning you out. Like, and then there's a part where like, what the characters are thinking right before like Harvey Dent scratches his balls out of frame. You know, he's probably thinking, "Man, my balls are itchy." You know.
Could talk all day about the Dark Knight. No one will ever tell me that movie's not fucking amazing.
No, I was with you though years ago. I literally was like, that's my favorite comic movie ever, and then just
it's my favorite movie ever.
I'm so shocked by that, dude.
I just fucking talked over you and ignored your existence for 10 fucking minutes while I talked about
easy.
like 2 scenes.
That's easy to pull off. I'm gonna be honest.
There's no other movie in my entire repertoire of my favorite movies that I can talk about as much as The Dark Knight.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat with Terminator 2, which we gotta review that sometime. Oh, ooh, good old Alan. I gotta bring out something to you, buddy.
Yes, The Dark Knight is better than Terminator 2.
No. We're not. No, we're not.
Oh, okay.
Because that honestly, I disagree with you so hard that I don't even want to have that conversation.
Okay. Inception is great, and it's up there with my favorite movies. I think The Dark Knight's better.
Okay, good. Because if you say anything other than that, you'd be ridiculous.
But you talk about like my favorite movie of all time, and probably like my third or fourth.
Dude, there's like a part in fucking Inception where people just float to the ceiling. It's like, what the fuck is this
that scene
shit?
is great.
The CGI on that is so horrible too. That movie fucking sucks.
It's not CGI. That was a practical effect.
Are you? Let's not do this. Like
there are practical effects. No. What you're thinking is they CG the floating. What they did is they actually.
What the fuck else do you think I'm talking about?
No, darling? They CG the background. There's scenes in the movie that I even was like, that's bad CG. What it is there's scenes where like the characters are. There's one of the best scenes.
Like I know the people are not CG. Like that's obvious.
No. But what it is a lot. He did as much like Christopher Nolan hates using CG. He used as much practical effects as possible. So it's like a lot of that stuff. Like the hotel fight is an entire practical effect. They're rotating the set, but some of the shots have a background, but they are hanging. The people are floating. They're just not floating in the hotel because there's no way they can get the wires going.
No, I know, but like that particular part, that CG looked bad.
No, it actually looks pretty good for most of it. But even then, it's like the rest of the movie is
a
complaint about the visual.
About new movies that come out that have bad CG is like because.
When have I ever talked about that?
You bring it up sometimes. There's movies that come out.
When have I ever done
stuff?
that?
Like I'm like with Spider-Man.
Really?
We brought that up. Yeah.
When?
I don't know, February 3rd on the phone. Like I don't know.
I've never brought it up. Dude, when you were talking shit about the CG in the Shang-Chi trailer, what were my exact words? Doesn't matter to me as long as it's cool. It looked cool.
Oh, well, yeah, but that's different. That's a different movie. I'm talking about like, I had to go back in our backlog and find the one I'm talking about.
Even when it came to Black Panther, I even said in the you can go back to the review. I was like, I didn't really notice it.
Wait, both of us talk shit. You were with me on that.
It was you and Ganja and everyone else. I was just like, whatever. I didn't really because then
you got yelled at after the show about that. What are you talking about?
No, I didn't. I got yelled at because of the fucking the song they played in one of the trailers. I didn't understand the history behind it.
Oh.
And again, I specifically say CG budget doesn't matter because I watch the CW shows and their budget is garbage, but they always do cool shit. I've always said this, and you find again, people clip me all the time. The budget of your CG doesn't matter as long as you show me cool shit.
All right, you know what? I'll be fair. Just that's cool because you do like Kill Bill, and that has some things about it. So you must be. I will say your stuff connects. So like.
Yeah,
you know, I can't shit on you.
Right CW shows. If I complained about the CG,
exactly, Arrow and everything,
yeah, like Arrow has. Oh my fucking god! Like the Flash is pretty good most of the time, but like Arrow has some garbage because again, it's mostly practical effects that show.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, man. We're gonna get out of here. We've been talking quite a bit, and I want to let people go watch some DT. But here's the thing, though, man. I really appreciate you coming back, though. It was fun as fuck. Had some fun with you. But the thing I wanted to bring up earlier is another movie turned a certain age. I think 25. No, turned 30. Turned 30 years old. You want to guess what it is? It's a 6th movie in a franchise.
Well, 30 years from now is 91. Wait, is it T2?
No. Well, that's T3? One of them. That's T2 for sure. That's one of them. But there's another one.
Oh no, we're not. I'm not watching Freddy 6.
Yes, we're watching that shit this week. We're reviewing it.
No, fuck you. I'll review it. I already watched it last year. I don't.
You're not gonna watch it with me? You want to watch it with me?
No, I'm not watching that movie again. Go fuck yourself.
If you watch it with other people, it might be fun, dude.
It won't be.
Man,
that movie is fucking terrible.
You're such a jerk, dude.
Can't fucking sneak up.
How about the After Hours?
Oh, hell no.
You want to watch that in the room with everyone making fun of
you? You guys watching the After Hours. Fuck you.
Come on, man. No. Chat, man, like I'm going to bring this up every single show. Every ending of every single show I'm going to bring it up, and I want you, chat, to go.
I've already watched the movie. Why would I want to watch it again?
Because it'll be fun. Because it's with me.
That's less reason to watch it.
You son of a bitch. Anyways, guys, well, we're going to get out of here. And then tomorrow, one of the big things we got to talk about finally is Malignant. I want you to join me on that review.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah. I'll join the review for Maleficent.
Yeah, no shit, right? But here's the thing, though. You should tell people where to find you when you're doing other things that are not the chat tag, sir.
All right, then. So you can check out the Metropolis. You could drop basically just drop a like on there so you guys know when the premiere when the shows premiere. We did literally recorded a couple hours ago an episode of Illuminati, so be sure to check that out. We basically just kind of go full force with all sorts of random bullshit. What's finally coming back after a long hiatus is the show Ish, where Shay and Vin Elise, I keep fucking her name up, but they're basically just talking about all sorts of either between relationship stuff and just dealing with life stuff, and they've been going through, and we finally were able to kind of figure out a schedule so there could be more consistent episodes. Basically, just drop a like on there. There's all sorts of content that's still consistently going on.
All right, people. With that said, we out of here. If there's anything else weird about today's show, guys, it's me not being used to this. So I'm going to be doing live streaming to go right back into the zone of doing my thing.
I'm flawless.
Oh, yes, people. You guys are the shit. Thank you for chilling with us. Time for us to go. See you tomorrow for the Double Toast Post Show, which is actually easy gameplay. And maybe at some point this week, be ready for just a slight change to how we showcase ourselves on the show. You might see my big fucking nose. That said, goodbye. Stay toasty. Time to chat. Happy ass.